My child, I need you to quiet your heart and listen closely right now, because what I'm about to tell you is not just a message, it is an explanation for everything you have been feeling. Something has happened in the spiritual realm that involves you directly. You may have gone about your day as usual, waking up, working and speaking to people, but I tell you now that the atmosphere around your life has drastically shifted. It wasn't a subtle change, and it wasn't a coincidence. A line was crossed in the spirit world, a boundary that was established for your protection was violated, and because of that violation, a sequence of events has been triggered that can no longer be stopped. You have felt it, haven't you? There has been a heaviness pressing on your chest recently that you could not explain. You have had moments where you felt drained of energy for no medical reason, or sudden waves of anxiety that washed over you even when everything seemed calm. You have found yourself thinking thoughts that did not feel like your own. Dark thoughts, fearful thoughts, thoughts of giving up. My child, you were not imagining this. You were not being paranoid. Your spirit was detecting a breach in the perimeter of your life. Your soul was sensing the tremors of a spiritual seal being broken. A seal that I placed over your destiny long ago to keep the wrong hands from touching what belongs to you. This event is so significant that it caused a pause in the spiritual realm. It is rare for this specific seal to break, and it only happens when someone attempts to tamper with the divine timing of a chosen soul. You need to understand that this was not an accident. The seal of retribution does not crack because of a mistake. It breaks only when there is deliberate, calculated interference with a holy plan. And the most painful truth I must reveal to you today is that this interference did not come from a stranger. It did not come from an enemy who lives far away or someone who openly hates you. The person who triggered this is someone close to you. Someone who has access to your space, your ear, and your heart. They are someone whose voice you know well, someone you have laughed with, and perhaps someone you have prayed for. This proximity is exactly why you haven't been able to pinpoint the source of your distress. Your mind refused to believe that the danger was sitting at your own table, but your spirit knew. Your intuition has been trying to warn you. Those moments where you felt a sudden chill while talking to them, or that strange tension in the air when you shared your good news, that was your discernment trying to scream the truth to you. I want you to take a moment right now and breathe. Do not let fear enter your heart. If you are sensing that this message is for you, if your spirit is vibrating with the truth of these words, I want you to type, "I am listening, Lord," in the comments right now. Let this be your signal that you are awake to the truth and ready to receive the revelation. By typing this, you are aligning yourself with the clarity that is about to pour into your life. Don't just watch quietly, interact with this truth so it takes root in your spirit. You see, my child, the spiritual world operates on laws, just like the physical world. One of the most ancient laws is the law of boundaries. I have drawn a circle of fire around your destiny. Within that circle lies your future, your blessings, your peace, and the specific timing of your breakthroughs. No human has the right to reach inside that circle and rearrange your life. But this person, driven by a hidden shadow in their heart, dared to reach their hand where it did not belong. They didn't just harbor jealousy, they acted on it. They didn't just feel bitterness, they turned that bitterness into a spiritual weapon. They attempted to delay something that I had already marked urgent for you. They saw that you were approaching a season of elevation. They watched you survive the storms of the past, and instead of being in awe of your resilience, they became intimidated by your light. They realized that if you step into this next level of blessing, you will outgrow the box they have tried to keep you in. And so, in their fear and their quiet resentment, They made a move to block your path. They tried to place an invisible stumbling block in front of you to slow down your momentum. But they made a fatal miscalculation. They thought they were dealing only with you, a human being they felt they could manipulate. They did not realize that by touching your destiny, they were touching me. They did not understand that your timing is guarded by angels who do not sleep. When they made their move to interfere with your blessing, they didn't just hurt you, they triggered the seal of retribution. This is why the atmosphere shifted so violently. It wasn't an attack on you, it was the sound of heaven standing up to defend you. This seal is not about anger, it is about truth. When the seal breaks, it releases a spiritual pressure that forces everything hidden to come to the surface. It is like a fire that boils the water. Eventually, the impurities must rise to the top. That is what is happening right now. The confusion you have felt was the dust being kicked up, but the clarity that is coming will be blinding. You are about to see things as they really are, not as you hoped they would be. The person who did this believes they have succeeded. They think their secret is safe. They think that because you smiled at them yesterday, you are unaware of their betrayal. They are currently resting in a false sense of security, believing that they have successfully pushed your blessing away. But they do not know that the very act of trying to stop your blessing has actually accelerated it. They do not know that by breaking the seal, they have signed a decree of exposure over their own lives. My child, you have been feeling the symptoms of this battle without understanding the cause. You have felt the weariness of a soldier in a fight you didn't know you were fighting, but I am telling you now, the fight has shifted. You are no longer the target, you are the witness. The consequences are no longer falling on you, they are rebounding back to the source. I need you to prepare your heart, for the days ahead will bring revelations that may shock you. You will need to be strong. You will need to trust that I am removing people from your life not to punish you, but to protect you. If you are ready to walk through this door of truth, if you are ready to let go of the lies that have surrounded you, I ask you to declare it. Write in the comments, I trust your protection, Lord. Let the spiritual realm know that you are not afraid of the truth, even if it hurts. This is only the beginning of the unveiling. The seal is broken, the truth is rising, and the mask is about to slip. You have wondered why things felt off. You have wondered why you felt heavy. Now you know. Someone touched the sacred timing of your life, and heaven has responded. Rest now, my child, for you do not have to fight this battle. The seal itself will do the work. The exposure has already begun. My child, now that you understand the seal has been broken, we must walk deeper into the truth of what is happening right now. You are likely asking your heart, who is this person? Why is this happening? You need to understand that when the seal of retribution breaks, the spiritual realm does not negotiate or ask for permission. It simply begins to reveal what was hidden in the dark. This is not about heaven sending destruction upon someone. It is about the truth rising to the surface like fire through the earth, exposing the true identity behind the mask. The person who triggered this is already feeling the consequences, even if they look calm on the outside. Their peace is cracking like thin ice beneath their feet because they have awakened a consequence that had been sleeping for years. You must prepare yourself for this next revelation, for the person who did this is not a stranger. This is someone who has learned you well, someone who has studied your weaknesses, watched your routines, and paid close attention to your hopes and dreams. This is the most painful part of the betrayal. They used the access you gave them as a weapon against you. They are the kind of person who sits near you in moments of peace, but secretly watches you with envy in moments of blessing. When you are hurting, they act gentle, but when you are rising, they become distant or silent. They smile in your presence, but they sigh in your absence, wishing they had what you have. It is important for you to know that this act of interference was not done in ignorance. They were warned. Before they took action against your destiny, heaven whispered to them. Their conscience tugged at them, and their spirit felt uneasy, but they chose to ignore every red flag. They told themselves, no one will know, no one will see, completely underestimating the spiritual protection that covers your life. They thought your blessing was up for grabs, not realizing that it had your name carved into it long before they ever entered your life. Now that they have crossed that line, they cannot escape the exposure that is coming. They cannot hide behind excuses or lies because the broken seal is stripping away their cover. If you are following this and you feel your spirit agreeing with these words, I want you to engage with this message right now. Type "Reveal the truth" in the comments. By doing so, you are giving heaven permission to open your eyes and show you exactly who needs to be removed from your circle. Do not be afraid of the answer. Be afraid of remaining blind. Let your comment be a prayer for clarity today. Now, listen closely, for I am about to give you the specific signs that will reveal this person to you. You will not have to guess. The seal will make it obvious. The first sign will appear in their behavior toward you. You will notice a shift, strange, unexplained changes in their energy. Their words will feel different. Their tone will be off, and they may suddenly become distant or, conversely, overly friendly to hide their guilt. You might see them avoid eye contact, or they might talk too much because silence makes them uncomfortable. If you see someone who is usually calm suddenly acting irritated or nervous around you for no reason, pay attention. That is not a mood swing, that is their spirit trembling because of the seal. The second sign will show up in their other relationships. You will see the people around them starting to sense that something is off. Their alliances will weaken and their influence will begin to shrink, because when someone touches a chosen soul's destiny, the spiritual world removes their ability to manipulate others. You will witness their connections straining and their support systems fading away. This is not coincidence. It is the isolation that comes with spiritual exposure. The third sign is that their life circumstances will begin to slip from their control. Plans they made will fall apart, and opportunities they were counting on will fail. You will see unexpected obstacles rising in front of them. This happens because the universe corrects imbalance. When darkness tries to disrupt your path, that darkness eventually collapses in on itself. They tried to block your blessing, and now they are finding their own doors closing. But the fourth sign, this is the one that will seal the truth for you. This is the moment of absolute confirmation. Their own words will betray them. In a moment of stress, anger, or fear, they will say something they shouldn't have said. They will reveal a detail they shouldn't have known, or speak with a bitterness they can no longer hide. In that exact moment, your spirit will recognize them immediately. You will not be confused, you will know with certainty. I will sharpen your intuition, so that when this slip of the tongue happens, you will see their identity clearly, leaving no room for doubt. These signs are already in motion. The tension you feel around certain people is the precursor to this revelation. Do not close your eyes to it. Do not try to rationalize their behavior or make excuses for them. The seal is working to protect you by showing you who is real and who is counterfeit. This exposure is necessary for your next level of growth. You cannot carry everyone into your new season, and heaven is making sure your luggage is light. If you are ready to see these signs and trust the process, I ask you to share this message or like it so it reaches others who might be blinded by betrayal right now. Someone else is praying for this same answer. Let us help them find it. My child, listen to me closely, for the tide is turning. We have spoken of the shift in the atmosphere and the exposure of the one who tried to harm you, but the breaking of the seal does far more than just reveal the truth. You must understand the power of what has just been triggered in the spiritual realm. The seal of retribution does not merely shine a light on the darkness, it activates a divine reversal. This is the moment where the momentum shifts entirely in your favor. The very energy that was used to hold you back is now being converted into the fuel that will launch you forward. Heaven does not allow interference with a chosen destiny without creating a divine counter-reaction. Everything this person attempted to delay in your life is not just going to resume, it is going to accelerate. Think of an arrow being pulled back against a bowstring. For a long time it felt like you were being dragged backward, held in place by tension and resistance. You felt stuck while others seemed to move forward. But what your enemy did not realize is that by pulling you back, they were only building up the potential for a launch that will be faster and go further than anything you could have achieved on your own. Everything they tried to block will now break open with unstoppable force. Every door they tried to hold shut is about to swing wide open. If you receive this promise of acceleration, I want you to declare it right now. Do not remain silent in this moment of shifting. Type "I am ready for my acceleration" in the comments below. Let the universe hear your voice. Let the enemy who watches in the shadows see that your spirit is not broken, but expectant. Your engagement today acts as a seal upon this word. By speaking it, you are grabbing hold of the timeline that heaven has prepared for you. You see, this person believed they were strong enough to manipulate your path. They sat in their arrogance and thought they could slow the hand of God. They genuinely believed that by whispering lies, creating obstacles, or withholding support, they could twist the timing of your life. But they made a critical error. They underestimated the spiritual covering that surrounds you. They did not see the legions of angels assigned to your name. They underestimated the divine authority that protects your destiny. They thought they were harming you quietly, in secret, but what they were actually doing was setting the stage for a public demonstration of my power in your life. This reversal is not happening because you are perfect. It is happening because you stayed pure when you had every reason to turn bitter. This is the most beautiful part of your victory. My child, hear me clearly. You won this battle not by fighting back, but by remaining who you are. Because you stayed pure while they stayed poisonous, the scales are tipping. Because you stayed honest while they wove webs of deceit, heaven is vindicating you. Because you remained kind even when you felt the sharp edge of their jealousy, heaven is about to lift you into a level of elevation they will never be able to reach. This is not revenge. Revenge is a human desire. This is spiritual balance. This is divine order correcting the chaos they tried to create. It is the inevitable consequence of light encountering darkness. Your next blessing will not be a quiet one. It will be accelerated, undeniable, and visible to everyone. The breakthrough that is coming is going to be public. Why? Because when darkness tries to dim a chosen soul, heaven responds by turning that soul into a spotlight. They wanted to hide you, so now heaven must display you. They wanted to silence you, so now your testimony will be loud. However, I must give you a very specific warning about what will happen in the coming days. As this acceleration begins, and as the person who betrayed you starts to feel the ground shaking beneath them, they will try to return to your orbit. This person will try to approach you again. But listen carefully. They are not coming to apologize. They are not coming to confess their sins or to offer you healing. They are coming to gauge what you know. They want to sense how much you have seen and test whether their mask is slipping. They are frightened by the shift they feel, and they want to see if they can still manipulate you. When this happens, you must be wise. You must be calm and observant. Do not confront them. Do not scream at them or accuse them of what you now know. Do not expose the revelation I have given you to their face. Why? Because you do not need to fight a defeated foe. Let the truth do the work. Let the consequences unfold naturally. If you engage with them, you step down to their level. If you remain silent and let the seal operate, their own actions will continue to reveal them. The seal does not need your help to finish what it started. So, prepare your heart for the return of what was stolen. Everything they tried to steal will return to you multiplied. The years that felt lost are being restored. The opportunities that seemed to vanish are circling back, bigger and better than before. The frustration you felt was just the pressure building for this release. You are not just recovering, you are advancing. You are overtaking. You are stepping into a season where the difficulty of the past makes sense because it prepared you for the magnitude of this future. My child, if you believe that your season of restoration is here, if you believe that the reversal has begun, I ask you to share this message. Pass it on to someone who feels like they have been stuck in a cycle of delay. Be the messenger of hope for another soul today. And as you prepare for the final part of this revelation, know that the best is truly yet to come. My child, we have reached the final stage of this revelation, the moment where everything that was hidden becomes clear, not only to you but to everyone who once misjudged you. You must understand that exposure was only the beginning. Vindication is the ending. Heaven is getting ready to vindicate you publicly, to clear your name in rooms you haven't even entered yet. The seal of retribution did not just break to show you the enemy, it broke to clear the path for your greatest victory. You have asked in your heart what the final consequence will be for the one who interfered with your destiny, and I will tell you now with divine clarity. Their consequence will not be fire, and it will not be immediate destruction or misery as you might imagine. Instead, their consequence is something far more profound. They will lose the access they once enjoyed to your light. Heaven will remove their proximity to you, not violently but gradually and naturally. You will see them begin to fade from your life, their influence weakening and their presence diminishing until they are no longer a factor in your future. A heart filled with darkness cannot stay near a soul that is being protected and elevated by light. Do not mourn this separation and do not fight it, for this is protection disguised as distance. It is closure disguised as silence. You are entering a season where only genuine hearts will survive near you. The breaking of the seal was a loud declaration in the spiritual realm that your life is transitioning into a chapter where betrayal cannot follow. Only clean intentions will walk beside you now, and only loyal souls will be able to breathe in your atmosphere. The dead weight is being cut loose so that you can fly higher. Now let me show you what heaven is preparing for you, because your blessing will not come quietly this time. It is arriving like a mighty wave, sudden, strong, and undeniable. There are 5 specific things about to unfold in your life. First, you will experience clarity like you have never known. Your spiritual vision is sharpening, and your intuition is becoming sharper than a blade. You will discern people instantly, feeling their intentions before a single word is spoken, and where others are confused, you will simply know the truth. Second, the major breakthrough that was delayed, the very thing this person tried to stop, will now accelerate toward you. It is coming faster, bigger, and more abundant than it would have been before. You will not have to chase it. It will find you and land in your hands exactly when heaven decides. Third, unexpected opportunities will align for you. Doors you forgot about will reopen. Resources you thought were lost will return, and people you have never met will begin to favor you. This is the divine reversal of everything they attempted to steal. Fourth, a deep peace will settle over your life, a peace you haven't felt in years. Your mind will finally rest, your heart will breathe again, and your nights will feel lighter because the heaviness of that person's presence has finally lifted. Fifth, your name will be cleared in places where it was whispered against. Those who doubted you will see your strength, and those who judged you will witness your rise. Their attempts to dim your light have only succeeded in making you more visible to the world. My child, you did nothing wrong to deserve this interference. You simply lived with purity, and that purity threatened their darkness. But purity always wins, always rises, and always gets elevated. Heaven is lifting you higher, not just because of what they did, but because of who you stayed, kind, patient, honest, and faithful. The seal broke to free you from hidden envy and silent danger, ushering you into a new chapter where protection surrounds you and truth walks beside you. Lift your chin and straighten your spirit, for now begins the part they can never stop: your healing, your abundance, and your elevation. Nothing they triggered can stop what is coming, and the one who interfered has already lost their place in your future. I speak this final blessing over you. May every door that was shut open with supernatural force, may every tear you cried water a harvest so abundant that even your enemies will witness it. May peace settle in your spirit like sunlight, and may angels walk with you day and night. You are chosen, you are protected, and you are rising into a victory that is written in stone. If you receive this blessing and you are ready to walk into this new chapter of your life, I ask you to do one simple thing to seal this word. If you haven't already, please click the subscribe button and turn on notifications. By subscribing, you are connecting yourself to this channel of truth and ensuring you never miss a message meant for your spirit. Join our growing family of believers who are walking in light. Like this video and comment, I receive my victory below to declare it to the universe. Go in peace, my child, for heaven goes with you.